Damn, I feel like people should come to my courts, and even like a class of people should just come to my courts, be invited in. Court is like open for anyone, right? Like that should be the fucking norm. Anyone should be able to fucking hear the case. There's plenty of space. I've seen it. All right, that's how. What is that space for? Space monkeys? And anyone should be able to come and testify and try to object the doctor and try to fucking bend the narrative a little bit, or at least just a pile of class. I want fucking one class or the best of the best out of my school or something like that to go to court. They're literally fucking side by side. My school and court is side by side. I've never been in court. You got to be fucking kidding me, right? So what are you fucking teaching me in school? Not how to defend myself from like crime, or rather punishments, or rather just overall vibe of justice. I don't need to know any of this shit. It's literally next doors. The building is next doors. I'm like realizing how fucking stupid this whole fucking situation is, bro. That I have to literally like piece the puzzle pieces. Like you just fucking move one finger and it's like, oh, I have solved so many things now. This should be a part of school. School shouldn't be fucking expanding in this location. The neighbor is right there. In fact, school has this neighbor, and then there's a school here building. So basically, they're sandwiching the court itself. And I'm just like now realizing, because I very much I have a lot of needs right now. I'm realizing how stupid that is, that there's a sandwich in which court exists, and like court is like probably waiting for all these people to show up and see cases and like participate and say their opinions, how they feel. Like children's opinions are kind of like legit, but like teachers could come in. They know me. They need to fucking come in, right? They need to tell the fucking jury that they still care at very least. Like I wasn't a bad student. I was silent doing my own thing, but like I did my own thing. I was creative. I was unique. I felt a little bit abandoned because it's very difficult to like spin yourself into social circles. Like it has to happen naturally based on things you like. And I didn't like many things besides computers, because that's at least easy to handle. Like it's not gonna fucking spit in your face and say a bunch of insults. Now it does. Now it says a bunch of insults, but at least I trained myself of how to avoid that shit. People couldn't fucking figure out computer yet. All right, maybe I understand, but kind of don't. Because computers also allow us to communicate a lot easier. And there shouldn't be a stigma around that to be silent. Like, no one's gonna talk for you. You can't be expressed automatically. You can express yourself in social media for people who like you. But when you need to talk for yourself, no one's gonna do it for you. Your needs cannot be completed by other people necessarily, right? No, it's just this one thing. You need to speak for yourself. Everything else can be actually solved by other people. You might need to pay for that. You might need to be respectful. You might need to use resources that you have. But the need to speak for yourself, and the reason why this is Purge Radio and Truth Radio and whatever you want to fucking call it, is because I'm doing it in the most intense manner imaginable. It's day 5 and hour 9 of this Mr. Beast challenge hunger strike of me starving. YouTube CEO, the real one's starving. So we could fight against authorities properly. We could start a purge properly. And we could figure out exactly how to tackle the issue. My solution for now is trying to make my mom less fat, make her realize that when she's going to be burning fat, she's going to be more energized. When she's not focused on food and focused on things to do, she might do a lot of things. But it's still kind of winter season. There's still snow outside. It's still cold and fucking stupid to go outside. No one wants to do it. I wouldn't recommend. Unless you really need. That's the difference between like and need. If there's snow outside, you probably wouldn't go outside if you just like things. If you like your friends. If you like your friend very much. You still wouldn't go outside. You just write them a letter for later. Even if we're way 100 years in the past without all the technology. You just write them a letter, build them something cool, and after winter is over, you can do what you like. You can actually do what you like. But you have to hold what you like in winter. But if you need something, it doesn't matter what the season is, what the fucking weather is. None of this fucking matters. If you need to do something, if you need to express yourself, you gotta do it for yourself, by yourself, all that jazz. Now, to find courage is something else. You have to have guts, all right? So that's something that can prevent you from doing things you need. You feel like you need to express yourself onto that person or that person, but this could be like vomiting on random strangers, which you have to have guts for because you might actually offend someone or whatever, right? You need to express yourself, but you might offend someone, and now you have to, like, defend yourself. Or ignore that person. Well, you gotta get rid of that, the outrage, whatever it's gonna do. Maybe it's useful, but usually it's weird. Or just have guts to, like, deal with authorities. You never know what's gonna happen, right? And you don't need most of those things. So need versus like versus have. And versus I have no idea. There's blank. There's always 4. When I see have, you have something, and you can push it forwards. You can sometimes push it forward to completion. When you have something, you can do things. You have guts, you can do a lot of things. And people will probably admire that. Because action of some kind is taking place. I don't have guts, as you can tell. I'm just here to express myself. I'm not here to make some kind of visual novel here for you guys. I'm not here to feed society with my guts. I just bought myself a mouse, so finally, I'm able to zoom in into this picture very carefully. He looks kind of weird, but I'll take it. Laura, I actually have a video recorded already. But I interrupted the video and I felt it was like too floaty, too spiritual weirdness. So let's revisit the whole thing. I just wanted to talk about that this exists. And I'm not sure what the last thing is about. Usually it's give. You have, but you have to give some things. Give things you don't need. Give things that would get a return, or give back a return of something, or exchange into something. You have to, like, exist as much as possible, so you just, like, give to the world of, like, this is completed, you can have it now. You can have this, you can have that. You just kind of, like, give items to random people. But if you don't have the people, you can't give, right? This is a natural progression. If you don't have anything, you can't give anything. Natural progression, if you don't need anything, you won't have anything. Natural progression of, if you don't like anything, you won't need anything. So we figured it out. We figure out another natural progression of 4. I like doing this stuff. And then my deathbed, I need to do that. I need to do the only thing that I know how to do perfectly. Better than anyone else in the fucking world. Create those fucking cakes. Birthday cakes. So, need... I hate that word, apparently. And greed. Have. And give. These are the ingredients to make perfect little girls. But that's kind of true, right? I have so much information to make perfect little girls. Or perfect little women. And I will not add chemical X in there. Because, god damn it, it has been sold to Elon Musk, okay? Alright, I can't afford it. Now the question is, how did I slept? Everything seems normal. I'm just like very weak, very tormented, very scared. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like very fucking shaken up by like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, bro? Like, do I want to die? Do I not want to fucking die, bro? Like, what's gonna happen? I'm just torn apart. I need to live, like everyone needs to live, and we need to live in peace. We need to express ourselves if something is going on in our lives that we have no control over. And we need to find people we trust, or a space we trust, to be able to express into that space. And that's, you should be honored that it's your ears listening to this radio. You gonna? Yeah, guys. Welcome to virtual reality. The Apple Vision is spreading around. But these guys feel like guinea pigs. The Apple consumers, like, they're just jumping into Apple products. But Apple products seem very experimental, often enough. Technically, Apple made the revolution. Like, Steve Jobs made the phone revolution. But again, it's better off to get knockoffs of products. It's better off to just get basic technology than actually crave for something that will make you unsafe. Well, that will make you stand out. The fact that people can actually put on these goggles is fascinating to me. But it's still Americans, obviously. It's just fucking exclusively Americans. And Casey Neistat is trying to defend the idea because it's a portable computer, which is absolutely cool. It's really cool. You can walk around anywhere with portable computer. You can do your things. The only thing you need is internet. I'm not sure how they fucking handle that problem. Because last time I've heard, it's still Wi-Fi, but like, there's also like the SIM cards stuff, internet. And that one's pretty good. That one like still functions pretty well. So I don't know, bro. Maybe in Lithuania, because like fucking there's not a lot of people here. So we can use those fucking transmission towers. So in America, they have to have Wi-Fi everywhere. And hopefully they don't get hacked. But what's the worst that could happen? It's still just vision. Vision impaired people, am I right? It's so weird, it's so bizarre to see this, because does it really serve you a purpose? Do you really like this? Do you really like to, like, if you saw yourself in a mirror, would you really like yourself? Is that fine? Wait, is that why they... Oh, that's why vampires... That's why vampires don't see themselves in a mirror. They don't give. They don't emit particles. They don't give mirror anything. Mirror wants my particles? I'm too cool for that. But this guy's not a vampire. And he gave us his own presence. And there's so many people now walking around, it seems. Now you can capture footage and is laughing at them. And when the purge hits, like, these people are not safe. They're just living in their own fucking reality at this point. Go from point A to point B. Like, why do you need to be outside with the jacket on? You're waiting for something? But those are just, random questions. We need to dig deeper. Right? And there's actual humans around me. I have a computer and there's humans. Oh my god. It's amazing. And here, I mean, this is very interesting because technically that's a very cheap way to get keyboard, mouse. All the games probably fucking work. But again, Apple is a very restricted, very experimental. You don't want to buy it because knockoffs will actually give you more features. Or at least, like, competition will give you more. Because they just kind of do. These are Androids. They don't look like apples, do you? Like, and if they did look like apples, now I would be scared for them, actually. Now, they better look like androids. But it's like you're sitting in the fucking middle of a train and fucking moving your hands around like a weirdo, like Jesus. Keyboard. Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs who just like, well, give me a brain chip. But this is, a detour, and a very glad-made detour. They figured out, finally, that we still want to see reality most of the time. I probably wouldn't walk across the streets with my arms, like, dangling some fucking information. Just cross the street faster, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. But, like, these experimental people from Apple fanboys, like, they don't care much. Alright? It's just something I will constantly repeat. That's what they prove to me. Because Apple does special designs that's, like, scientifically experimental, like, they take things away, they mess with you, basically, and see what happens. They do sort of, like, shenanigans. And people just suck it up because, like, that's what Apple is trying to do, trying to make people talk about their brands. It's just a very, very simple brand. It's just a fruit. Anyone can talk about it, right? Do you buy Apple products? Everyone can line up for that shit. And then, yeah. It just happened. Like, no one's gonna line up for a fucking new Samsung Galaxy bullshit. Just no one would do that. But Americans can't be manipulated by just, like, narrative alone if it's widespread across the country. It's useful to me. Because often enough, an American falls down and likes what other people like. And that's pretty pathetic. You don't want to be exposed like that. That's probably the biggest American sin you can do. You have to like your things. You have to be unique, right? So you have to fight for uniqueness. Bro, anytime you have to look for things you like. You would like to be unique. You would like to stand out in America, please. That's the biggest sin you can make. Is to neglect that need of the community. Once you understand it, once you've heard my voice and you're American, you have to strive for that need to be fulfilled, to be unique. This way makes you a little bit unique, but do you like to be this way? Is that where you stand? Crossing across the street with this new technology that might kill you? I mean, like, for fuck's sake, bro. Not so ambitious. Don't be that ambitious. I really wonder, because right now you're going to be challenged. Help someone. You can help someone. They might ask for your help. will you lend a hand to those people? What will you do? What you will be able to do? Will you be able to shelter them? Will you be able to provide them proper advice and communication and hang out with them because they're lonely, check out how they're doing it every now and then? Like, what are you willing to do to help? At least express yourself, because you need to. You have to hit the rock bottom and fucking need to know that you need to express yourself. But I've explained that. But help is something that you kind of need to do after everything is completed. You need to help everyone else to complete their fucking needs. So I'm trying, but like I'm drowning in a lot of problems that the world has to offer. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna give up. I would be able to help a lot of people, but kind of like, eh. All right, I'll talk to myself a little bit differently now. I go to kitchen out of a habit, and everyone would do that. But every time I go to the kitchen, I have to disappoint myself. I'll give myself one chip, and you have to turn around, go back to work. I'm sorry, bro, but here's one chip. Huh? Am I gonna run around back and forth for one chip? Again, it has to be non-voluntary. I must not go there for a chip. I must go there because, like, I'm ghosted. I have a habit of picking up food from the kitchen and continuing my day routine. I don't know how much calories you can find in a chip, because not the calories that are needed, it's a lot of other materials that are needed for a healthy existence. But this one, like, people like chips, and like I'll take it. I'll take the likey likes. Likey likes are probably not gonna fucking help me survive. But I have neglected likey likes because that's not my personality. But at least I try to reach out to the girl that I like. I liked her entire like group of girls that she was in. I told my friend that I like his girlfriend. I'm sorry, bro. We sort of gonna have a talk on that part. And we did. And it was pretty fucking twisted. And they broke up. She didn't come running to me. They just broke up. I put a lot of pressure. And it's kind of natural, but, you know, slowly friendship folds. I mean, he would have ran away to that fucking girl anyways and stopped hanging with me. So might as well, like, jump in and see what that relationship is all about. It's still my friend, so I was able to, like, do that. So that was very interesting process. So I did many things that, you know, I like, and they're tangled in the past. And we're all tangled in the past. We were kind of children, you know, kind of teenagers, doing random things. And we created history. History that we need to express of, like, what exactly happened, how exactly we feel about it, what can be done to improve everything, so we don't feel bitter about our history, so we don't feel traumatized by everything. Again, reminder that once I make 4 episodes, and that means, like, I'm accelerated, I'm not calm, I have too many things to express, then the purge happens. What the purge means is just another video, a 5th video, a 6th video, who the fuck knows, a 10-minute video, which is really weird for this channel. I still haven't received 100 views yet, which is like, wow, it's very difficult, guys. YouTube, not for efforts rewards people, but for quality. That's what they want. Quality. So they can copy and paste the most qualified video for everyone. No one should be communicating directly with each other. No one should be looking for friends, is what YouTube says. You should be looking for wonderful ideas that shine so bright like the sun, that will burn your eyes out if you stare at your screen for too long. I'm sorry, bro. It will burn your eyes out, make you numb, and you won't actually receive any value from that. Why would people stare at the sun constantly? You appreciate the ability that you can see things clearly in the daytime. That some ideas are important to you. And now you have something to talk about. You can do that. But naturally, those kind of people who just appreciate ideas turn into influencers. I'm an influencer now. I have to compete against other influencers. I just want to be fucking friendly and solve my shit. You know, I'm not expecting internet to do it, but hey, internet is made out of real people who can now give me an exit from my own reality. And with Apple Vision, please give me Apple Vision actually, I have a cheap computer on my fucking head, anywhere, anytime. I will be your android. You can buy this robot for only $0. But there's a monthly fee, unfortunately. There's monthly subscription, which I don't know how much it fucking costs. We have to negotiate directly. But let's say a fucking $200 subscription of me. Thank you very much. Who wants to buy me? $200 subscription and Apple Vision. Thank you very much. That is how you purchase me right now. I want to be that guy in the streets. I want to be this guy. Maybe not fat though. I don't think you can afford me to be fat. Yeah, when you're doing hunger strike, you won't have any guts. You will be forced to express yourself like, I'm hungry, I want this and that, like, technically not want, but need. You're desperate. Hunger is desperation you definitely need, and you have to express that. Your guts are fucking falling out, bro. But you also have to find people you trust, otherwise they're not gonna fucking listen. They will no fucking need to listen. Even annoying Orange listens because that's what he likes to do. He's friendly. There's a way more destructive assholes out there that you can't even label annoying. It's way worse. You would like to be an idol. You would like to get outside of mom's basement. But can you? Can you support your needs successfully by doing those things? Are you sure about that? The likes mixed with needs, like, it's so interesting. And people trying to mask that so badly. Like, you ask them a fucking normal question and they don't need to answer. They don't need to reply to you. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You don't have any self-expression here. You know, technically you offended me with silence. I should be offended. Because you have no self-expression. You don't belong here. Obvious. I have my space and I'm allowing people to talk to me. And if they don't want to talk to me, no self-expression. What am I supposed to do with you then? You don't exist. And if you don't exist at all, it's just game over. The Goomba is gonna kill you, basically, if you don't move. Fucking little mushroom is gonna, like, bump into you, touch your pixel, and you will lose your life. Just a simple Goomba. Because some people just so silent, they don't move, they don't do anything, bro. Just sit there. They pressed play, and they just sit there like Mario standing, waiting for something. The Goomba is coming, bro. Goomba. There's the question mark block, am I right? You get coins out of it. Like, fuck, do something, bro. Jump on a Goomba. Answer my questions. For fuck's sake. To jump on a Goomba is different than answer my questions. To jump on a Goomba is to introduce yourself. Introduce that you have the power. Fucking first Mario, a couple of frames of Mario can kill you, apparently. People don't know how to play conversations. You like playing games, but games are fucking for children, bro. You have to play with each other. You know, interact. So if you learn how to play Mario, like, please. You can't flex that, by the way. It's like, oh my god, he completed a super complicated Mario level. Everyone's trying to flex. Flexing that they completed Tetris. Wow. Why you flex? Like, this is fucking weird. But it's just American fucking weirdness. Mental illness sometimes. Of being unique in a kind of cringe way. Kind of pathetic way. Getting a world record in a kind of pathetic way. Unless you're like very young, like, fine. But you gotta stop immediately. You grabbed yourself a title, you have to now use it in some kind of fashion. This is 3 minutes now. Yeah, I always extend all the videos, it's just insane. Yes, I can get solutions to my problems. Apparently purge can be a surge. Surge of information that I needed to know. If people are not talking to each other, it's very difficult to generate that information, but I'm trying very hard. I'm pushing very hard. I need to know how to wiggle myself out of my problems. And I will wiggle myself very loud and very proud, because if this fucking gets solved, because it should be able to be solved, a threat is not... Oh. Is not yet a punishment. A threat can be deflected and can be completely negated. And you can stand up for yourself, which I haven't tried, so might as well fucking do that. But, you know, the court decision comes in afterwards and all that shit, and like you get slam dunked most of the time. Will I have enough self-esteem to convince all the people around me? Will they try to shut me down from the sky high? What will it take? Can they translate English? Thank you very much. Alright, demand a translator. I don't know, bro. I don't know how far we're gonna go, but I sort of have to still be prepared for everything. Because, man, chips are gonna definitely keep me alive. Holy crap. That's way too much energy. Whoa. Wait. I said step up at some point, and I say, nice dad, boys. Nice dad, dude. And he knows K-pop very well. And Step Up happens to be literally the last thing that I talked about. Kara K-pop group. Well, let's listen to it again, because I still have it in my head. Step Up. And that's the end. Now, does it mean anything? 1 second. Oh. So yeah, Casey Neistat shows up with the Apple Vision thing. And then Step Up is the consecutive thought that I had. Well, I guess that's a glitch. There's nothing more K-pop than Casey Neistat. And you don't know it. Carbohydrates. I mean, so MatPat says that your body switches at some point. It uses some more like juicy material, so you lose less weight after the carbohydrate nonsense. But in a way, this can be explained just by like the food you eat gets sort of digested first, and everything else is just like a reserve. And so your body starts taking from reserves and switches to that. And apparently the switch is very, dangerous, that it could kill people. But then I got knocked by statistics, where in MatPat says 35% of people who starve themselves, they trying to get up out of the, the hole that they dig to themselves, and 30% of the time, they die doing that. 2/3 die going into the hole, and 1/3 dies going out. I say two-thirds also die going out. How can I get additional plus 1/3? Because there is a statistical anomaly. Above 100% you can go if the people were not documented within. All right? So only people who have died are documented. They're not documented if they died spiritually, or if they got enslaved, if they got beaten up, if they got into a lot of trouble for it. If they lost their identity, that's technically dead. That's technically absolute death. They successfully came out. Like, they lived life afterwards. Congratulations, guys. Like, you don't necessarily live a normal life after doing a hunger strike. So, of course, just like you drilling into the depths, you going in, you have to get out the same, like, mindful manner. So I'm digging myself a hole, and people have to be very mindful of how they help me to get out, because I cannot just spike myself out. I cannot just eat a burger and all of a sudden my problems are solved. I'm hungry not because of this, but because there's a systematic problem. Anyone who is hungry is in a systematic fucking problem of some kind. And I'm trying to express that right now. The reason why I'm still trying is because there's no response. As if I'm like talking to the aliens of the computer world. It kind of fucking sucks. I mean, obviously, you stop someone in the streets and try to explain them your things. That's cool. Maybe shit happens, right? Maybe you make friends. Because they actually exist locally. They have nowhere else to go. They're under a threat of associate. I don't know. I've never tried because, like, how the fuck do I have got enough guts to just make a jump on someone else? Like, you have to have enough experience, enough needs to jump on someone and be like, please help me. Like, you're the one that's going to be helping. Why me? Like, there's a lot of excuses all of a sudden. And you have to, like, tackle that shit as well. It's almost just like court. Doing the same thing. Trying to solve my problem. It's just like court. It's like, well, you have the power. I would imagine. Most people have the power. Most people are flexing so hard. They can travel. They can ruin their lives sometimes. Publicly. Make babies, make relationships, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I can't live a normal life that easily. People don't like that. People don't like leaving me alone. To begin with. Let alone a normal life cannot just spawn out of nowhere if the system is just corrupted to the core. To the core. Again, I explain, I can go through the whole process 1 year again. Fucking take over the place that I know how it functions. Like, it's not gonna, like, suffocate me, but there are pit holes, there are traps, there's some things that just not gonna function as much as I hope. And they can start injecting me with venom again. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? They can do whatever they want. They get upset. They don't like me. They will do whatever they want. If that's like is not justice, bro. You have to, like, do things that you need to do. Is a job. Job is about needs. If you ever had a job, if you ever been an adult, the job is about needs. It's about taking care of the needs, and you get a return from your investment. I get views, I get scraps from YouTube. YouTube doesn't need me at the moment, they think so, but I feel they need me. I feel like they really need me because I feel the spiritual reward of just making YouTube videos. You know, I have a spiritual reward of just existing on this platform. So I'm uplifted and I'm like pretty fucking happy to rant for hours every day. 4 hours and 4 hours. Yep.
Under normal circumstances, a typical 6'3" male would need between 2,200 and 3,200 calories.
Isn't that crazy? Some scientists would say you can eat 5 calories per kilogram. At some point during your diet, when you're trying to get up, 5 calories? What? Refeeding syndrome requires 5 calories? So that was shocking because like, oh, I can like save on food. Let's fucking go. Obviously that's stupid because you need food to function. You don't need food for life itself to exist. All right? You can exist on 5 calories. What's the point if you can't do shit, if you're paralyzed? So the actual requirement after 14 days of fasting is already 5 times less. Around 5 times less. So are you saving 5 times on food? Again, you have to escape rent, and then you can save on food just like that. It's not that fucking big of a deal. But you have to have a shelter. You still have to have a shelter where you're completely safe. Then, bam. And then you have to have activity. There's some needs you have to take care of your bodily needs as well. So expressive needs, to be able to communicate and talk to people. You should be able to do that. I don't know how to do it, bro. I still don't know how to do it. Maybe I'm fucking stupid. But so far, like, everyone just gives me silence in return, so I'm like, I guess I haven't said human words. Human words were not spoken. I have spoken like dog, woof, woof, and cow goes bow. Moo. Cat goes meow. Am I right? I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. So I guess I have been like talking alien language or animal language, but not human language where people respond to it. That sucks. Like NPC language fucking sucks. Like, oh, happy birthday. That's it. Like, what the fuck is this NPC fucking language where you just something happens, I post a picture and people fucking comment below and nothing fucking happens. You know, there's no conversation afterwards. It's just like, oh yeah. You can think about it if you want. People contributed to your thing. Technically, it helps. Technically, being existing on social media helps, but you have to have ability to accelerate your existence to actually get a discussion going, to pull a topic. The social media doesn't actually exist. There's no functional social media. Even fucking YouTube barely functions, even though all it's supposed to do is just serve videos to you. You know, TikTok functions very well. In comparison, and now YouTube has hit a new low, and TikTok is like, well, I can do better than your new low, Mr. YouTube. YouTube just doesn't know its own identity and where to go forwards. So now it's like, oh, you beaten me, TikTok. I guess I'll copy paste some shorts. It's gonna be a cool feature that I immediately disabled as fast as I could because holy fucking crap. That was cringe. Deal. So, again, I don't actually know the statistics of how many people died from the hunger strike in general. He still haven't said that. What many percentage of people went hunger strike and died? It's not the hole that will kill me. It's staying in the hole that will. Yep. Like, if I'm stuck in a hole, like, and people trying to stop me and successfully stop me, but why should I eat, bro? Why should I bring myself back to life? Like, life can do this, all right? You have learned what life can do. You can do all of this that we have created so far, man-made. God can do that in an instance. God can just copy and paste whatever you fucking just did. All right? Without your consciousness, of course. It cannot just copy and paste your consciousness. But it can probably borrow that shit while you sleep. You know? So every time you sleep, I'll be there when I die. I'll be in control. Potentially. You'll come to me. Because I'll probably have the best place ever. You know, I'll be copying and pasting this reality. I've been very aware of what it can do and what's fun around here. But most importantly, I've been aware of what I need for things to function, what I need for a lot of weird contraptions to function in their own way. And again, I'm not a game developer that suddenly, all of a sudden, gets a lot of money, gets to travel the world and escape anything and everything. I don't got no money, I'm trapped in the basement, and people still don't fucking like me. Like, relax. Is it really that bad? I'm not even, like, spending my money right now. Just hoarding it. And it's gonna depreciate in value because of inflation. Like, it's just... The government is so fucking dumb, it's unbelievable. If the government doesn't make me feel safe, like I would want to be punished. If I'm feeling safe, I want to be punished by the government. Please, Big Daddy, punish me. The punishment usually is a good thing. You're gonna get good treatment. This is probably why in Norway you get good punishments, because you're isolated from people, which is punishment alone. In jail and asylum, you're not isolated from people. You can socialize. So in Norway, it's still a dark place, I would say. No matter how good your jail feels like, it's about many other resources available to you. And who the fuck knows what rehabilitation means, bro, to them? Who knows what you have to be able to do? But we have seen, like, I want to see good jail systems. Sometimes you would want to be punished, like, it's just how it goes. But now, like, we have to just rise up and demand better treatment, because this is way too aggressive. Holy Jesus! Whatever happened to me, I'm telling you guys. And I don't know if I'll have to, like, piece the entire story together to someone, because you have to earn my trust first to open the case and make me explain everything in detail. But overall, like, this is fucking madness that's happening all over the place. Again, I've seen people in asylums simply because of system error that they can't even, like, handle properly. Like, COVID's created system error where, like, how do I take medication? Like, everything is closed. How do I get medication, bro? And they're just like, whatever. It's insane, right? They can't even acknowledge their own system error. They just want you punished. You can't just do that. You can't just, oh, I like him to be punished. What kind of fucking justice is that? Are you kidding me, bro? You have to need for justice. You cannot just like justice. You have the need. That's the only way you can contribute. Of, like, I need this person to be punished because of this and that. You have to be reasonable. And it doesn't sound like that right now. Fucking my doctor is withholding evidence, withholding reasons of why I should be punished. He just says I'm not following his orders. That's not the reason to be punished, bro. Disobeying orders is just completely normal. I just don't like the authorities. I have better authorities. I have my own authority by myself. Who the fuck knows? I have fucking mafia powers that I can threaten you back with. Maybe I have a fucking sniper rifle looking at your fucking forehead right now. But you can't just be fucking sitting there in a fucking throne and throwing rocks at me. and then saying like, we're gonna punish you even more, so much more, and don't do crime. So excited, this little fucking Dr. Creeper. Holy shit, man. If only thing you're talking about is threats, then you sort of belong in Mafia. Like, you actually so interconnected, you exactly know what's gonna happen, like, to the point. Everything is, like, set in stone, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's Mafia, my friends. You have such strict rules, but you also act as authorities of the fucking country? I'm sorry, bro. Did say it doesn't fucking fly very much. And my mom is still immovable object because, of course, fat gets in her brain. Like, fat has to be stored somewhere, and she doesn't have much brain, so it's probably taking up that space too. You know, we gotta burn that a little bit before we can reach functional brain for her to use. Alright. I'm gonna hate my mom less. Because she reading book that I gave. After all, I decided like, maybe. Oh, come on, Mouse. Come on, Mouse, don't do that. Yeah, but Mouse is actually like super short, I think. Unreasonably short for me. But at least the fucking mouse wheel works. Fucking Emma, bro. Invading. Purging. Already. So fast. Wait until farmers get what they want. Alright? Then we have to build more communities that have superpowers to attack the governments. That has been like knocked out. It's like, okay, I'll give farmers like this and that. Okay, that's it, right? We can close the gate and then fucking bam, 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 slam. Alakazam, bro. Spell damage, bro. Boost spell damage. I'm gonna fucking throw card game community in there. We need better Hearthstone, bro. We fucking beat up the government for it. Fuck it, like someone has to pay. Someone has to pay for it. Hearthstone fucking sucks, man. No, of course I'm fighting for like minimum wage, eradication, or covering, or just solving in general, because Singapore happens to be like not poor. I'll tell you that much. Definitely not poor. Because the whole point is to put yourself in the mindset of business, all right? Of understanding how business works, how can you be useful as a person, what kind of jobs are possible, the possibility of jobs, not of minimum wage jobs, reachable. But like you have to like be given opportunities, be given like things. Obviously flooding people with opportunities, I mean, it's a little bit overwhelming. It takes a little bit of headspace. So you have to be mindful with that shit. To not be intrusive, but like overall, like this is so liberating. What we can do with just one move. One chess move piece. Holy crappies. And probably just a sacrifice of a rook. I'm guessing. Ouch. Sacrifice of a fucking minimum wage. Like, sounds like a rook to me.
Seems like basic common sense that for someone in that situation, eating food.
And common sense wins, boys. There's a lot of reasons to appreciate common sense more than scientific observations. Because sometimes, like, it's intrusive to your privacy. It's intrusive to your lifestyle. To be nagged by fucking doctors, you have to do this, like that, like this, and it sometimes doesn't even work. Medical science sometimes like fuck you up really badly. Because you become, again, an experimental guinea pig for medication. It's like, oh, we take you, you're the experimental, you probably get paid for that shit, it's insane. Mafia gets paid from weird sources. I'll tell you that much. So the common sense of the refeeding yourself, you have to like to eating the burger. But burger, not only like he put it in his mouth, the challenge is over. You know, do you like that? But okay, I'll have to spit it out. Like, it confused the shit out of him and changed. Stop the video. Halted the entire challenge. This burger that he can't resist. He's like tempted in so many ways. he pushed basically into submission.
Barely.
So again, MatPat shouldn't have complained about Mr. Beast taking a bite and pretending that this could have killed him. It's all clickbait bullshit in a way. I'm sorry, but yes, like, Mr. Beast shouldn't just go on and start eating a bunch of shit. There's a lot of rules you have to follow. But I try to make everything sound like common sense. Instead of it sounding like, scientific bullshit, I need to translate it into common sense. I need to translate it from Egyptian manuscripts with hieroglyphs that doctors talk about often. And justice sometimes make it Egyptian all of a sudden. If it's hard to understand even the justice system, all that shit, like, what are you guys doing? What language are you speaking? What's the point? How much justice can you get in this, like, new language that you have invented? How much? How difficult it is to just, like, listen to human emotions and allow more better things to manifest, to improve, because, like, someone sitting in the chair and judging you is probably not the solution. Just one dude judging you, sitting in the fucking chair. Like, are we really fucking that demoralized that we don't have ability to participate in this most important event of people's lives, to be judged, to be punished or released? Like, how the fuck people are not participating in that? That was my biggest question of the video, right? Testing. Now, I'm not sure how is it gonna play out, because every 4 days I want to, like, almost like have to consent. Are we gonna do this for 4 more days? Have I actually solved the problem and I can go back to normal and function as a normal human being? And by the way, again, common sense comes from that your body knows. Your body gives you enough information to tell you. You don't have to listen to your doctor. You can listen to your body if you hear your body. If you're not sure, of course, you can consult to the nearest doctor, by the way, whoever has experience of listening to their bodies properly, who's not fucking fat, who doesn't look terrible, out of shape and whatnot. I'm a little bit out of shape, but, like, I sit next to a computer. I mean, it happens, bro. My eyes fucking dry out and my back is kind of fucking shitty. And I didn't know how to take care of my teeth, but I have figured that shit out. So it's all kind of sorted. I mean, I'm comfortable in my body. So I have the doctor experience. No big deal. Like, a kid is not going to be fucking tortured by me with awful advice. With go to the doctor who's like 2 kilometers away. Like, we're not going to fucking do that to a kid, are we? So I'm not sure how long the hunger strike lasts, what we're going to go through. This is a whole journey, a whole fucking days and days, my friends. And it's going to be exhausting to a lot of people. So I kind of exhausted myself by trying to, like, escalate things. Because you escalate all the way up to God, of like, God will show up and will fucking kick your ass. Because God tends to do that. God tends to, like, ruin reality if he doesn't like it. That's what he's here for. Dude, God is here to chop the good people away. And remind you guys that the rest of the reality is now much, much worse without the good people inside, surviving and thriving. Without that, you get nothing, bro. Right now people are walking around there testing a bunch of shit. And weird things are happening, like, outside my door. There's 2 instances where it's kind of weird. Whatever happened, like, there's gossiping between 2 women, which I know who they are, but it's weird that it's happening there. And it's also electricians came in to fucking rewire something. That's also very weird. What just happened? What did they want? They kind of knocked on the door, but, like, you busy workers, like, I don't want to fucking intrude and just start a conversation here. And I'm a mad person. I don't like to talk to people because I will probably offend them very quickly. It's probably going to escalate into some bullshit, or at least rejection, in verbal rejection. because I don't like you, right? But I like to have information. That's pretty nice. So when enough likes outweigh the dislikes, then you get to do the thing. It's just how it works. This is why when you put a book next to my mom, she's like, well, I don't like finding books and going through the books, but this is a new book, so I was thinking she would probably like it, and she is reading it. So I mean, it's happening, you know. The dislikes have been outweighed by likes. It's simple as that. And technically, that's why you don't get to see the dislikes, because the dislikes supposed to originate from the comment section, from people complaining or whatever. And even that, I probably would recommend people to just establish not the public, but filtered comment section where you pick whatever you like for yourself, whatever you can gather. Try to not keep it empty. Try to keep the conversations going, right? But whatever you like, whatever you decide, whatever direction you decide. So basically, YouTubers should take more control over the comment section. That would be just amazing. More people would actually care, because a YouTuber is smarter than most people combined. One person can play chess better than 100 people. It's just how it works. Analysis. Yes, I'm going towards death, and these guys are supposed to be educated. They have to be forced to be educated. I'm going towards death, and I'm also forced to be educated and be very uncomfortable with my life. Who themselves in a hole? Stuck in a hole. So, if you're educated, if you're not NPC, your likes or dislikes, no matter how many feelings you have, will be outweighed by needs, will be crushed by needs. You need something, and now you're panicking. Now you're desperate. And now it doesn't matter what you like or dislike, you gotta fucking do it. And it often happens. Often these fucking flashes happen. People very much dislike it, but sometimes they get dragged into army. Sometimes they get dragged for, you know, the punishment. Whatever it takes, they get dragged into that location. Technically, yes, authorities can do it in a way. They can force it on you, and they can teach you how it happens. Naturally, bro. But you should do it naturally to yourself. You should reach the needs. And be able to reach the needs where you can start conversations properly. Start. Because I'm doing the whole fucking shit. And I still can't even ask for help yet. Because the conversations are not even here. I haven't even brought it to life. Nothing's bouncing. You know, I can just take a ball when it's bouncing and be like, hey guys, I need help. But if the ball, no one's playing anything, no one's doing anything, everyone is fucking laying in bed, I can't really just like wake them up and ask for help. They would be like, oh, why are you waking me up? I don't like you. I am an asshole. Blah, 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 blah. They can do that shit to me. Again. Now, again, there were two big, huge assholes. And I said, one was sleeping in bed the whole time, but they come from my own city or town. It's down. It's very small. And I have contact information of one dude, but it's still kind of cringe to try and to contact him, but I probably would like to. I don't know. We probably would be good friends and come up with some fucking solutions here. But at the same time, it is kind of cringe. It's kind of weird. I don't think he has the power to do much. But he could be just exhausted. Maybe I'll just let him enjoy the rest of his life. I don't know. Because trying to ask him for help, like when he decided to be an asshole to everyone else, but not put himself in danger of any kind, just, well, let's suffer through it. There's no need for suffering in the world. Suffering is only, like, before death. You can kind of spread suffering because, like, you really need help, like, I'll suffer for it. But otherwise, like, who fucking cares? And if starvation can kill you, man, that sounds awesome, bro. It's the easiest fucking thing I've ever seen. The most efficient thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. If I reach these depths. It's gonna get a lot worse a lot quicker, yes. People gonna be judged more and more. They are running around like wiggling themselves. Then they're gonna have to ask a lot of questions and like, what do I do to like make an action happen? What's supposed to happen? Like, well, do something productive. Do something in the right direction. Post something. Send a message. That's one of the most powerful things you can do. Send a message. As I've said, communicate is a need. Need for communication cannot be neglected. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Moly Jesus bowling. I don't recommend trying to put efforts into beating God himself or his orders. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to do the most immoral thing. What's the point? You would like to? See, as a gatekeeper, I know what people like. I put it beyond the gates. But beyond the gates, through the gate, you go through the gates, you're in hell. And I close the gates, kindly. And then you have to ask me very, very much to let you go. But nobody does, because they like it through the gate. They like the thing that I gave them forever. What the fuck? And they don't like to talk to me, because I'm the gatekeeper. I guess I have authority. Spiritually, that's what I'm doing. I'm just gatekeeping all the demons. But now I'm like, shit, I'm tired, bro. And nobody wants to help me. And God just kind of put me in this position, but maybe there is an out. Maybe we'll figure it out what to do. Because, you know, oh, you're next to demons. I'm scared of you. We have to push you into the demon realm. I'm the fucking gatekeeper, you fucking fool. I hold the keys. You push me in, no gates will exist anymore. There will be no gates. You push me in, no gates. There's nothing to push me into. Just how it works. It's a fucking madness. But let them fucking do it, am I right?